Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. Today I'm going to show you the recipe for using hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, on tomato plants. And we're going to identify the disease that's on there, and I'm going to tell you why I'm using it. But some people have a short attention span and they just want to know the ratio. I recommend test spraying, waiting 48 hours anytime you use a new spray. But the mix is really 4 to 8 ounces of hydrogen peroxide per 1 gallon of water. So a gallon equals 3.75 liters, and 1 ounce is 30 milliliters, if that helps people that, use the metric system, which is most of the world. You want to use 3% hydrogen peroxide. This is a 16-ounce bottle. 3% hydrogen peroxide is pretty standard. You find that at your pharmacy, grocery stores. It's used on skin topically. It can also be used for an oral rinse. Somebody's going to ask me, is this organic? If you're an organic gardener, you really gotta be an organic gardener by thinking through things yourself, not just looking for stamps. This is processed, which means people make the H2O2. However, H2O2 is something that our body produces naturally, plants produce naturally, you can find it naturally, but to get it in quantities for $1.19 for 16 ounces, people have to make it. If that bothers you, then it's not organic. So, it's only $1.25, $1.50 for 16 ounces. 8 ounces per gallon of water when you have an outbreak. So I have an outbreak, so I'm using the higher number, 8 ounces in a gallon. If you're just doing maintenance like every 7 to 10 days, 4 ounces in every gallon is fine. I've pushed the limit beyond 8 ounces. It doesn't seem to damage tomato plants. I'm still working on that. Maybe something a little bit stronger when you have an outbreak. This is an outbreak. So when you look at this, you see all these spots on here, and then you see a yellow halo around here. This is some sort of leaf spot, maybe early blight. Hydrogen peroxide works on cleaning the leaves and taking care of fungus. So when your plants are growing, sometimes the bottom leaves will get yellow first, and you will see, die off like this. You'll see some spotting on there. Those leaves are typically weaker. They may get spots. When a plant is growing, it's putting all its energy into the upper growth. So sometimes it takes nutrients and whatever it needs from the bottom leaves. If I had just a couple yellow leaves spotting on here, I'd be concerned, but I'm not alarmed yet. However, then I look at the leaf above it and I see more brown spots on there, more yellowing around the brown spots. And as I go up further, I'm seeing the circles again, and it's really kind of circles within circles. That's concentric circles, and when you have a yellow halo around it, that means that the fungus is active, and you can even see some right up here by my thumb. These are getting sprayed with aspirin spray. I think it's helped slow down the disease, but that doesn't mean it's going to prevent it. Now when I look over to this plant, I can see some of the spots right in there, and I'm going to lean way over here. I can see the spots forming on this plant, and it's on other leaves. So this is an outbreak. So I'm going to spray this with 8 ounces per gallon. I'm going to spray it today. I'm going to skip tomorrow, spray again the following day. You can skip a day or two, and I'm going to do this 3 times. I'm going to give this 3 cycles of spraying at 8 ounces to get this under control. I'm also spraying midday. Hydrogen peroxide, any spray is best not to do in direct sunlight. However, how H2O2 works is you spray the hydrogen peroxide onto the leaves. It reacts with the sunlight, reacts while it's on the leaf, and it actually cleans the fungus off of here. And it's only going to last about 24 hours because it really easily breaks down from sunlight, and it's the breaking. This isn't the exact science, somebody can explain it better than I can, but when that bond breaks between the hydrogen and the oxygen atoms, it releases energy, helps kind of clean off the fungus. Either way, it's going to clean the leaf. Spraying is quite simple. You really want to soak the plants down to the point that it's dripping. So one of the questions I just want to make sure I answer is, once you mix the hydrogen peroxide in your container, this is a clear container, it's only good for really a couple of days. It breaks down really easily. That's why it comes in that brown bottle, so sunlight and light doesn't get to it. So if you're going to store it, put it somewhere where it's dark. You don't want it to sit out in the light. But this is what I'm targeting, the spots that are right on here. This is a different plant. just soak everything down. And please subscribe and follow. I'll show you how this plant clears up. The disease is going to go away, and I'll just show you how I take care of my tomato plants over the season. And you just want to spray super fine mist right onto the leaf. Let me pump this up a little bit more. More of a mist like that. You really want nice even contact across all the leaves, and you want to get the underside. And you can do it to the point that the leaves are dripping. And it is really on you, and I appreciate that you trust me, but you would test spray this. You would spray maybe this much of your plant, wait 48 hours, look for damage, and that would be just spotting all over these leaves from the spray that you're using. If it looks good, you continue with the spray. And I would really just spray every plant around the infected plant. But because it has moved across my plants, I'm going to spray everything again in this vicinity. But I'm also going to spray the plants across my garden that don't have it, just because I know that this fungus has been showing up. In my notes, I would write down leaf spot or some sort of fungus on the leaves, you know, end of June. If I wanted to do prevention, I would be spraying 2 weeks before today, based on my notes, and I might do the 4 ounces versus the 8 ounces, and I'm just spraying preventatively at that point, because I know that leaf spot comes to my garden towards the end of June. This is all you have to do. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. This 8 ounces per gallon will work with other plants, but you have to really test spray and make sure they don't damage the leaves. Each leaf for a different, you know, vegetable or plant variety can vary a little bit. If you do have damage at 8 ounces, you cut down the dosage, you know, to 6 ounces, then to 4 ounces. Thanks for watching again. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. If you have extra spray, or if you want to, you can also spray the soil, and that will kind of decontaminate, you know, for lack of a better word, the upper part of the soil, kill any spores or problems that are sitting on there. It's not going to kill out your soil life or anything like that. If you're interested in these signs, I sell them at my seed shop. You want a coarser spray, something like that, and then just soak the area around there. Now you don't have to do this regularly, but a nice little soaking does really clean up the surface. It's not going to seep in there and wipe out soil biology or anything like that, so don't over worry about it. But you can do a drench just like that. Use the sprays wisely. You don't have to start spraying the entire garden, just spray the targeted plants, which are tomatoes. You don't want to be spraying this on cucumbers, zucchini, squash, peppers, just because you have an outbreak on your tomato plants. Again, thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.